Hi boys and girls, Mrs. DeZone here. I miss everybody. I hope everyone's doing great. I thought tonight that I would read you a story. The name of my story is called Goodnight Gorilla, and it was written by Peggy Rothman. She's the author. Remember, the author writes the words. She's also the illustrator. The illustrator draws the pictures. Let's look at the cover. There's a zookeeper and a gorilla. The zookeeper is the person that takes care of the animals in the zoo. And that gorilla looks like he's being a little tricky. He's got a key in his hand and he's saying, shh. So let's see what happens in our story. Good night, gorilla. It looks like he took the keys. Good night, elephant. Good night, lion. Good night, hyena. Good night, giraffe. Good night, armadillo. Oh my goodness, all these animals are out of their cages. They're walking. They look like they're following the zookeeper. Where do you think they're following him to? Oh my goodness, I think they followed the zookeeper into his house. Oh, there's the zookeeper. He looks like he's taking off his shoes. And they're all hiding. Good night, dear. And they're all still hiding. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. All those animals are saying good night. Oh, somebody's awake. Somebody's eyes. Oh, it looks like the zookeeper's wife. She looks surprised. She has a gorilla sleeping next to her in her bed. And where do you think the zookeeper's wife is leading the animals? We're going back probably into the zoo. Good night, zoo. Uh-oh, but there's one tricky animal that's still following her. That tricky gorilla. Good night, dear. Good night. Can you spot that tricky gorilla? Good night, gorilla. And he's snoring. And if you can see really close, there's a little tiny, itsy bitsy, tiny little baby mouse saying goodnight to the gorilla. So silly. That's it. I hope you liked my story, boys and girls. Keep reading, okay? I'll read you another story soon. Bye. Miss you.